and welcome to ITV Gold. I am Pia Jyoti Khatru, and today we are starting a Healthy You series of AAPI with CWC. Crack the Wellness Code on wellness, a movement, and lifestyle medicine. As someone has said, keeping your body healthy is an expression of gratitude to the whole world. So in our today's episode, it's an honor and pleasure to have with us three CWC Crack the Wellness Code co-founders. Dr. Pankaj Vij, MD, who is co-founder, Dr. Patron Chair, CWC, author of Turbo Metabolism, former board member, American College of Lifestyle Medicine, and President, American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin, Medical Director, Lifestyle Medicine, Disease Reversal, Kaiser Permanente, based in South Francisco Bay Area. And we also have Mr. Naren Bakshi, who is a co-founder and chair, board of trustee, Crack the Wellness Code, CWC, and Health Hero, serial entrepreneur, investor, and founding trustee of India Community Center, North America's largest secular community center for South Asians and Indians, based at San Francisco Bay Area, and now in Jaipur, India, to build the CWC India chapter. Along with them, we have Mr. Somnath Chatterjee, co-founder and lead of Ecosystems, Crack the Wellness Code, and Health Hero Health, building CWC Wellness Ecosystem, developed several other tech and business ecosystems in USA and India as CEO and leadership roles, IoT-AI health tech companies in Silicon Valley, Thai Global Entrepreneurship Center at IIM Ahmedabad, and India's largest electronics manufacturing network, plus numerous startups, transformation companies based at San Francisco Bay Area. So let's welcome Dr. Pankaj Vij, Mr. Naren Bakshi, and Mr. Som Chatterjee. It's a pleasure to have you on ITV Gold. So let me, start with Naren Bakshi. Mr. Naren, what is this? We talk about the Crack the Wellness Code, CWC. So how would you explain this to our audience?
So first, let me tell you why we started it. I have been a founding trustee of India Community Center. And one of the most painful things we had figured out was that in all dimensions, when we think of Silicon Valley and San Francisco Indians, we were doing exceedingly well. Unfortunately, not when it came to health and wellness. So a new program was started by us saying we must address this very big issue for our community. And that's why we came up with this Crack Your Own Wellness Code. The meaning of that was very simple. We all have to figure out something sustainable of your own wellness code. Coming from Silicon Valley, the word code, everybody understands. But the idea really is you have to figure out what makes sense for you. And I'm delighted that after 3.5 years of experiments with Dr. Vij and team, we have come this way, and Som has done a phenomenal job of building the ecosystem.
Wonderful. My next question goes to Dr. Pankaj. We talk about lifestyle medicine. It's like everybody talks about it. It's for everybody, they're we need to follow, lifestyle. So what is it? Why is it important? And how does it augment wellness?
So lifestyle medicine is a really exciting new branch of medicine. And in one sentence, it is the science of figuring out what causes disease and then using that knowledge to prevent, reverse, and often cure that disease. The pillars are nutrition, exercise, sleep, stress, and relationships. So I'll call it the 3 F's, F, 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 R, R, R. So what we do with our feet, forks, and fingers, rest, relaxation, and relationships. If you can manage those 6 things, you can reverse 80% of disease and have a happy and fruitful life.
I think
lifestyle medicine.
I think you said it very well. You did say it very well, and you explained it very well. But I want to talk to, Som, who has been sitting there and who is the person who actually I have been, in fact, talking to him a lot since a few weeks. So, Som, help us understand the CWC wellness, ecosystem, its components and advantages.
So, Pia, thanks for putting this session together. Ecosystem, as you say, is significant for the wellness movement that ushered into San Francisco Bay Area from July 2018. And as Dr. Pankaj mentioned, the pillars. Now, to keep the pillars intact, this lifestyle medicine, you need doctors, you need health coaches, health heroes, nutritionists, dietitians, the whole gamut of lifestyle practitioners, along with, entrepreneurs who are backing this ecosystem. There are health tech companies, there are investors, donors who are, who resonate with the crack the wellness code, thesis that's spreading all over the Bay Area and now having a global footprint. So the ecosystem basically very much follows the wellness ecosystem, the wellness movement, and we are similarly building ecosystem in other locations as well, including India, to make this whole wellness movement absolutely vibrant. It's a very dynamic and innovative ecosystem, which actually keeps this whole, wellness best practices going for us. And that really helps us to, come up with all these events that we have been doing since our inception. And also, capturing the content of these events in terms of a whole lot of videos and podcasts, etc., which we actually now distribute through the app. So that's the essence of what the CWC ecosystem is.
So, Dr. Pankaj, since we are talking about wellness, so please give us like a physician's perspective on why and who should join, CWC.
From the physician's perspective, this really is the most rewarding part of my work, because in this part of my work, I get to really attack the root causes of why people come to me. And I'm making a difference, because rather than just writing a prescription and sending them on their way, I'm helping them dig deeper into really what caused their problem in the first place and what they can do to fix it themselves. So that I'm going to mention our CWC mission here, because this is really the essence of what I love about lifestyle medicine, and the physician's perspective is to educate, inspire, to empower for impact. So in short, that's EI. So we educate the person, we inspire them to make the change, we're empowering the individual. That's huge, right? The power isn't with me, it's with you. I'm just making you aware that you had the power and you had it all along. And now you can make an impact.
I just want to ask Mr. Naren, who is in Jaipur right now, and I'm really thrilled to see the background he has there. And, especially, whenever it comes to India, I just love all this. So, Mr. Naren, health is wealth. So please tell us about some personal health hero stories and their learnings.
In my case, let me make it very personal. In year 2000, my company went public in the US. I had everything with me. There was name, there was fame, there was some wealth, but inside I was not happy. And it showed very openly, because most people today would not recognize me. So if you see this picture, this is what I was. 90 pounds more.
So that's on your right side.
Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Mr. Ashok Gehlot. When this is what I looked, same as when I came to see Mr. Vajpayee. So given that starting point, somewhere along the line, I realized that I cannot live my life like this, unhappy. I started to work on it. And I was able to surprise myself that not only I lost 90 pounds, but all of my diseases, Dr. Bij can tell you, I was diabetic, I had hiatal hernia, I had acidity, And worst of all, I had to put a sleep apnea machine all the time, no matter where I went, even when I traveled. Now, when I saw that I could reverse all of this, that led Dr. Vij to request me to work with him and so on, to build this opportunity to impact millions. And that's what we started. And the biggest thing that has happened is the movement has gone not just to US, but all Indians to India. In fact, that's why I'm in Jaipur, building a CWC India Foundation. The last thing I want to say is, if I can do it at age 65, I started, I'm today 78. So you can do it at 65, you can do it at 50. And sooner you do it, better you are. The idea is never too late, but sooner you do it, better it is.
So let's, back to Som. Som, you have been focused on the technology and outreach programs for CWC, and technology is definitely very important to our lives, and particularly wellness. And I definitely love I have at home this Peloton platform, and so tell us about your mobile and web platforms.
So Pia, right from the beginning, we created a web platform which was actually mimicking our ecosystem, and just to elaborate a little bit on what Dr. Pankaj said, this whole thing about EI, educate, inspire, empower, and impact. So, we do have on-site events, but with the pandemic, we have gone really, extensively online, and we have done hundreds of, sessions. And more importantly, you asked who it is for. I mean, we are doing programs for seniors, youth. We have youth ambassadors who are very avidly following that. Some of them even get inspired and join med schools. Some people, they shadow with, do shadowing with doctors. And then we have women wellness, senior programs are also on. So all these segments have been created. And at the same time, before I talk about technology, because technology is an enabler, but what it does for the community is something I want to talk about, and then a little bit on the technology. So these community segments are there. Then we have these 4 major tracks: heart health, diabetes, cancer, and behavioral health, and particularly heart health and diabetes, which is a big, challenge for South Asians and Indians, right? So the app and the web platform actually focuses a lot on this ecosystem and what we are going to deliver to the community. So whether it is events that we do, whether it is Health Hero, we are now going to launch Health Hero Connect and mentoring through the app, which is already there. It's going to be scaling further. And the inspiration after education through, let's say, webinar or workshops or conferences, the next phase is going to be inspiration, and that's where the Health Heroes come in. They inspire. And we are so fortunate that there are doctors like Pankaj Vij and others who are role models. They're not just physicians, but they live that. And that is really, really significant, that they go that extra mile. And then we have health heroes like Naren, and as Naren mentioned, so many health heroes. Now, all of them coming to the platform. And if we're using technology as an enabler, and with the kind of outreach that Naren and Pankaj has been talking about, we can actually impact the life of many, many.
Dr. Pankaj, South Asian and particularly our Indian community, they are, we have different, lifestyle, our diet, our genomes, etc. So please let us know, about extracts from your turbo metabolism and other publications on what matters for us.
South Asians, we know that South Asians living in North America are much more prone to have heart attacks and diabetes. Something like 5 to 10 times more prone. This research has been done to prove this. There's a big study called the Masala study that was recently published. This is well established now. The American College of Cardiology, American Heart Association recognizes South Asian descent as an independent risk factor. It's like having high cholesterol or being a smoker. If you're South Asian, that gives you, I wouldn't say points, it'd be negative points. Exactly. So we have that genetically, and it's been debated, the reasons for that. We probably don't have time to get into that, but we're genetically more prone. And then we have a lifestyle here where we are workaholics. We're The people that got chosen to get H1s and green cards and became citizens of the United States were already the ones who were, the leaders of the pack and wanted to do more and first, high achievers. And then we come here and we're caught in that rat race and we're competing with everybody else and we're competing with each other, working long hours. And we don't give up our diet habits, but there's a much more abundance of those high calorie dense foods with lots of salt, oil, and sugar. Maybe when we were growing up in India, you had those rich foods at somebody's shadi or, on Sunday.
And anything happened to us. Yeah.
Once a week, we would get those rich foods. Now we can have it every day. And that may be our way of sort of rewarding ourselves for working so hard, being sedentary, working long hours. Then we're eating the rich food at the end of the day. We don't have time to exercise, right? We're not sleeping because, again, we're thinking about work. We're stressing about the next performance report or taking the company public or what am I going to do with my stocks? And as a result, we are caught in this situation where, our wonderful Mr. Bakshi said, you can have all the money in the world, you're famous, your company went public, you've got, how many millions of dollars, but you're not happy. So what can we do about it? Simple things, right? Go back to your roots, go back to eating like your ancestors did. If your great grandmother doesn't recognize an ingredient or a package of some namkeen or some snack that you just picked up from the store, don't put it in your mouth. It's not edible, right? Walk, ride your bicycle, get outside like your grandparents did when they were working outside. They were living in a village. Maybe they were working with their hands in the dirt. Get out in the backyard, go plant a tree, pull some weeds, cut your own grass. Get into yoga, do Surya Namaskar. It's so wonderful. Now, in Western medicine, we're realizing the benefits of yoga and meditation and pranayama. And we've had this knowledge for thousands of years, 8,000 years, right? And even this whole idea that nutrition and exercise and sleep and stress are the real ingredients of health. In ancient Indian medicine, they knew that thousands of years ago. So all we have to do is slow down, breathe, sleep, focus on the relationships around us. Focus, spend time with your spouse, with your children, call your mom, call your brothers and sisters, and really take time to relax and be grateful for the wonderful things that you have already achieved, right? Instead of always looking at who's up higher on the ladder, look
exactly.
The ladder you've already climbed to.
I know I see Mr. Narenji. I'm going to ask you, you wanted to give a call to action on why individuals and families should join and benefit from CWC.
We know as a leader of the Indian community at India Community Center in Thai, that bigger things are done by partnerships. So we are not trying to work alone. We have large number of partnerships, both in US and now India, not just with the Indian community leaders. We have partnership with PCRM in Washington, DC. We have partnership with True North, South Asia Heart Center. We have partnership with Stanford in India, Indian Institute of Health Management Research, and on and on and on. So we are a platform. So my call for action to all of us is to join this movement. Is never too late. You have many ways to contribute. Clearly, if you want to contribute, you can become a volunteer. जैसे इंडिया में बोलते हैं तन मन धन, work, wisdom, wealth. Please come forward, benefit yourself. You will feel good. For me, I have told Dr. Vij and everybody that for the rest of my life, this is my purpose to live. I really want to make sure that best that can be done with technology, with Dr. Vij, and not just Dr. Vij, but you are talking about whole AAPI now. All 5,000 doctors are with us, and we will be doing same in India. And finally, we want to bring evidence-based best of East and West. That's what Dr. Vij said. So I'm delighted that I'm in Jaipur right now, trying to figure out more practices, like laughing exercises, like so many other things that were there, to bring them to East, to West, and take the best of the technology, not just our app, but here is a ring that I wear. It has everything.
Okay.
We all have iPhone. we have Apple Watch. So all of those are best things from best.
Next, my question goes to Som. Can you further expand on the CWC offerings and benefits for the community, please?
So, Pia, wellness is a journey, and what we do is to, push, all our members up the wellness ladder. So what we are trying to do is to, invite people to join this wellness movement. We have a starter package, and then they graduate, as explorers and champions, and we offer them a whole bunch of, services, content. We are providing them certain discounts on services, wellness services, and so on. So the whole idea is to, take them through this journey, and so far in 3.5 years, we have seen so many people who have been impacted and transformed. But the whole idea is now to calibrate this journey in a manner that, okay, you are a starter, so you start at this point, and then slowly, you imbibe some of the best practices. And as Naren and Pankaj mentioned, we are talking about, evidence-based, West and East. So if you really combine the two, there's so much that we can really package together. And that's what we are putting together. That's the kind of benefit that people can access through our app, through our events. Our mega event is going to happen on September 25th. And I definitely would like to tell our participants to, join us. It's going to be on-site as well online, all accessible through the app. So the packaging is important. And it is unique in the sense that the packaging actually relies a lot on this wonderful wellness ecosystem that we have built in, the community segments that we have, senior, youth, and women, and different health packs, specifically focused for the South Asians. And of course, at the same time, calibrate their journey so that they can, at a time, take certain goals in their wellness journey and evolve and sort of, focus on both mind-body wellness. And that's the very important aspect because, we are talking about integrating medicine, and it's very important. And I think, Dr. Vij has been constantly referring to that, and the happiness that he's talking about, the stress that we're talking about. So we not only work with, in the physicians, but we're also working with a lot of other kind of physicians who are psychiatrists and also psychologists, and so many other mindfulness kind of experts that we work together. And it's all about mind-body wellness. So that's the package that we are offering to the community. Yeah.
Wonderful. Talking to all of you, Mr. Naren and Dr. Pankaj and Som, I think you already have inspired me, at least right now. What I am hearing from you guys, it's like really, really amazing. And I think definitely I had a great time talking to all these eminent panelists. And of course, for all our viewers, it's, high time, and even for our community to focus on lifestyle, diet, and wellness best practices. And of course, CWC offers online and on-site events on heart health, diabetes, cancer, behavior health, and much more, and caters to seniors, youth, and women. So do take advantage of these and share with your loved ones. And of course, join CWC event and find the content and watch videos to crack your own wellness code. And, I would say just join. They have, of course, this an app which is called the CWC Khushi. And you can just download the app. It's a mobile app. You can download it. You can join it. And I'm sure you will see things rolling. And once again, thank you, all of you. It was like really nice talking to you. And definitely we will be talking to all of you very, very soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Pia. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.